how about all of you guys? You're nuts. You're crazy, and I love it. Got my wife here, and I want to tell you that not only they have, as we put a tape together, we're showing the recruits some of the stuff at my first press conference, and they look at me and they say, "What happened to you? You were young back then." So that was about 12 years ago. It was 3 years ago, folks. But how about we give my wife a hand for all that she has to do. Let me tell you this. I guess you guys set a record. You know, people everywhere we go, I'm going into homes and schools, and they're following all of you and what's going on here. And I say, you know, there are some students, but most of these people are not students. These are fans that just want to get in and get an opportunity to see the team and be a part of this when it's hard to get tickets and it's hard to be a part of it, and they all want to be a part of it. They said, no, they're not a whole lot of students. No. How many of you are from Eastern Kentucky? How many from Western? Just a few. Oh. Well, I can just tell you that we're excited about what's happening. Just a couple things. You know what we just lived through, that national title? When you start talking about... When you start talking about, you understand now, when I said this would be a player's first program and we're going to do everything to coach them, I'm not so sure anymore I'm in the coaching business as much I'm in the business of helping families. That's what it feels like. And you know what? It feels really good, to be honest with you. And I would tell you that when you look at that team we had, the kid that took the 5th most shots was the #1 pick in the draft. How does that happen? The player that took the 4th most shots on our team was the 2nd pick of the draft. And a player who started the year before, we had a pretty good team. We went to a Final Four. We won the SEC tournament. We were pretty good. He led us, Darius Miller, and decided it was okay to be the 6th starter. He went from, and again, even him, he went from a player that wouldn't have been drafted to a draftable player, going from a starter to the 6th man. And I'll tell you that it shows that if you're your brother's keeper and you're playing more for your team than yourself, and I'm going into every home. The hardest thing is you work, first of all, for yourself, to prepare yourself, to get yourself stronger, to make yourself mentally more ready to play. You work for yourself that way. But the rest of it is you're playing for your teammates. You're not playing for yourself. You're playing for the teammates. And then you learn to play together where you sacrifice for each other. That's when special things happen for each individual and for the team. And it was a great lesson. Now, this team we have here, you won't believe this, we're going to be young. I mean, we started 3 freshmen in 2010. We started 3 freshmen in 2011. And we started 3 freshmen this past year. We could start 4 freshmen this year. And I don't know. I really don't. But I do know we'll be different. But I think we're going to be a really good team as the year goes on. Early, it's going to be really ugly. But that's because we're so new. We don't know each other. Somebody just told me we're the only team in the country that does not have 1 player coming back that started any games. We're the only team in the country. And I think they got us rated pretty high. I don't know if they do or not, but I imagine they do. And then I'll tell you this, you know, what I hope who's the one that pushed Nerlens in the back? Who did that? Now, I refuse to watch the tape because somebody said, "Did you see the tape?" I said, "No, I'm not watching that video. I'm in Minnesota and I'll be throwing up watching a videotape of you guys pushing my players." But I hope you see that the guys that are around you, they're all good guys. Yes, they can play basketball, but they're good guys. And this is not normal. I mean, I just drove by the lodge and you got a line of people waiting for autographs, and it's just not normal. And they have to deal with all it. They got to be nice, right? they're not nice to you guys, what? No, sign the 1,000th autograph. Come on. What are you talking about? What are you, big time? You only signed 4,000 today. What are you, nuts? Come on, sign this. I mean, and they handle it with class. And I hope you notice that. And I'll tell you this. You have inspired them, no question, because every team I've coached, think about it if you're them. And you're saying, 600 tents, 3,000 people, 5,000, waiting on tickets to watch me practice? This must be serious. So again, what I would tell you as this unfolds, because tomorrow you get your tickets and all those things, I hope you had a good time. It feels nice right now. Has it been cold? No? Has not been cold? First night was cold? Well, let me tell you, I stayed out here one night my first year. My ears were frozen, and I went home about 3 in the morning. It was I slipped out. I said, they think I'm in here anyway. I'm going home. It was cold, so I hope everybody had a good time. Tomorrow you get it. I tell you to be safe. Know that I think the other thing for you all here, it's neat how you respect each other and how you treat each other, because you're all one. We're all in this together. We're all about this program, the Commonwealth's team. You're from all over the state, and you're having an opportunity to see some pretty good people. Again, I hope you enjoyed yourself here. I apologize. I just got back and picked up my wife and came right over, so the flight took a little longer than I thought. But I did want to come over and say thank you all for doing this and being here and being a big part of what we do and being a big part of what we recruit. Thanks. Thanks, Coach.